Sidhu's real intention and the truth is out. Navjot Singh Sidhu has now openly said that he was eyeing the Chief Minister's position. He says, I should have been made the Chief Minister as he visits Lakhimpur. Now, this video gives away the real intent. Remember, he, when resigned as the PCC chief, had mentioned that he can't compromise. So is this the compromise that he was referring to? That's the question that's being asked as we speak. Earlier, he had said that it is about the compromise that has led to his resignation, that prompted him to resign as the PCC chief. Listen into what exactly he said. Let's now go across to my colleague Gurpreet joining us on the broadcast. More on this. Gurpreet, good morning. Give us more details. What do we make of the statement that has now come from Navjot Singh Sidhu, and how is it being seen by the MLAs there?
Well, that first of all, let's decode that whole conversation which has taken place with Navjot Singh Sidhu and between other leaders. And what we have learned from there, that was very clear. Yesterday, we have seen that a drama has been played here when the Chief Minister of Punjab, Charanjit Singh Channi, was about to reach there. Immediately after that, he has called one of the leaders there who was present there, and Pragat Singh, one of the close aide of Navjot Singh Sidhu, he had conveyed that message to Navjot Singh Sidhu, saying within 2 minutes the Chief Minister of Punjab, Charanjit Singh Channi, is about to reach here. But within a minute, we have seen there that this tractor and trolley has been asked and ordered to move away from there, because after that we have seen Charanjit Singh Channi, the Chief Minister, who was about to flag off this delegation. He was running towards this tractor and trolley to reach there to show a united face to all the media persons. But during that, what we have learned from this conversation, that was very clear that both the leaders, they are not on the same page. And what we have listened and what we have learned from the situation there, that was also very clear that when somebody has asked, one of the leaders who was sitting next to Navjot Singh Sidhu, he was saying that today there is a great rush and the program has been successful for this thing. But at the same time, we have seen the reaction from Navjot Singh Sidhu. He says that this is not a success if the Congress party is going to project him as a chief minister and made him chief minister, and specifically he mentioned his father's name also, Bhagwant Singh's son. If they are going to make him CM, then this program will be successful. Otherwise, after that, he used a very, very rude language, saying that Congress does not have any stand in the state. At the same time, the government abhi to Congress niche ja rahi hai. So somewhere down the line, it seems that he was also trying to sense and give a very strong message to the leaders who are present there, that he is the only potential candidate who can bring the Congress back. But a lot of reactions are coming at this from this statement which has been issued by Navjot Singh Sidhu. And if we can tell,
you're trying to suggest to us that he is now undermining the authority of the new chief minister and trying to suggest that it's only Navjot Singh Sidhu who can help the Congress party in the upcoming assembly polls. Are we not getting to hear, anything from the party high command about the kind of statements Navjot Singh Sidhu is still making? Is the party high command okay with this kind of an attitude?
Well, that is one of the major issue, and we have seen a day before this delegation has left for Lakhimpur. Before that, Charanjit Singh Channi, the newly appointed chief minister, has been taken along with Rahul Gandhi to Lakhimpur, and after that he had made announcement. Very late night, the party high command sent him back to Chandigarh and asked him to flag off this delegation so that the message should be sound and clear that both the leaders are united. But this statement is very damaging, and even it has put a question mark over the authority of the newly appointed chief minister. And other side, we have seen that Congress party, they have been claiming that these leaders have been claiming that they are giving the opportunity for a Dalit CM, and it seems the way Navjot Singh Sidhu is giving such statement and talking informal talk with all the leaders who are present there, it seems that he's undermining authority. And we have already seen earlier Sunil Jakhar, he has already raised a lot of questions, saying that there is no need to put any question mark over the credibility of the newly appointed chief minister when Navjot Singh Sidhu was demanding for removal of Advocate General and DGP. So now again, such type of the statement is very clear, and as we know that
in fact,
opposition.
let's once again listen into what exactly Navjot Singh Sidhu had to say. Gurpreet, I'm requesting you to please stay on with us. Raman Malik of the BJP joining us on the broadcast this morning. Raman Malik, good morning. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. What do you make of the statement by Navjot Singh Sidhu?
I think it is not something which is not in the public domain. Mr. Sidhu wants to be a be-all and end-all of the Congress in Punjab. Now, the basic point remains that the Gandhis have shown that they do not have the spine. Why I say so is because today it is shown that, the Gandhis bend down in front of Sidhu. I do not know why, because he does not have that political capital with him. But still, both the siblings have bent down in front of Mr. Sidhu. Best known to them why. And the Punjab Congress is going to be having a very, very tough time. It is already having tough time, but it is going to have more tough time because I don't think Mr. Bajwa or Mr. Randhawas and the others who are there, who have worked long for Congress, would be able to carry on under somebody who is a power maniac like Mr. Sidhu. He's a power maniac. He wants everything under his toe. And this has been amplified by the siblings of the Gandhi family.
But don't you think, Mr. Raman Malik, like visibly, no effort was made by the Gandhis or the party high command to placate Sidhu after he resigned as the PCC chief? We know when Rahul Gandhi went to meet the victims of the families of Lakhimpur violence, at that time, he did not go with Navjot Singh Sidhu. It was the Chief Minister of Punjab and Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. So don't you think party high command probably has now at least made its choice? Probably the lessons have been learnt after a mistake?
No, I don't think so, because when you made Mr. Sidhu the party president, you had multiple working presidents with him. And the Congress has been working nationally under a working president, Mrs. Antonio Maino, the mother-in-law of Mr. Vadra, for so long. And had it been that the spine was there in the brother and sister, they would have shunted him out.
Okay.
But the problem is they could not shunt him out. And even if you are saying that, oh, we will look into a new one, get a new one instated, that is all just a verbal service. It is not
All right.
something which is a decisive move.
Okay. Appreciate your point of view. Raman Malik, thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. We have Daljit Chima of the Akali Dal joining us on the broadcast as well this morning. Good morning. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. So, with the statement that has been made by Navjot Singh Sidhu, it's probably now clear that the compromise that he was talking about was probably for the role that he was eyeing.
Actually, the day Mr. Channi has been appointed as Chief Minister, Mr. Sidhu has not tolerated him as the Chief Minister of the state. Right from the beginning, it was a compulsion of the Congress party when they could not take any decision. They tried to appoint one person as the CM, then the second, then the third. And ultimately, when there was no unanimity on any issue, then they were compelled to appoint Mr. Channi, who belongs to scheduled caste community, as the Chief Minister of the state. They tried to project it as a new initiative of the Congress party. But in reality, nobody within the Congress is going to tolerate Channi as Chief Minister.
Okay.
So the behavior of Sidhu is apparently should be viewed from that angle.
Okay.
That it is a disrespect to the state Chief Minister. Immediately when he was appointed as Chief Minister, there was a clarification by the General Secretary in charge of the state that in the next election, Mr. Sidhu will lead the party.
Okay.
So they tried to convince Sidhu by playing so many games, but at heart, Sidhu is not tolerating Channi as Chief Minister of the state.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. That was Daljit Singh Chima of the Akali Dal on the statement by Navjot Singh Sidhu. With this, we will slip into a very, very short